As always, we're glad you're with us.
Yes.
Ashley, good morning.
Good morning. How was your weekend?
It was fairly ordinary, I guess you could say. Although it was, we're late in November now, the chill's in the air. At one point I'm driving down the road. The leaves are rustling and falling. It's always beautiful this time of year, isn't it?
It's always so beautiful. And you know what? You know what's around the corner?
Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And then Christmas.
And look, we have this beautiful wintry scene behind us.
Yes,
it's setting the stage. Isn't that cozy? It really is nice.
So just to give you guys some insider scoop, what we were talking about beforehand was, we need to, you have hosts that don't really do a lot of extravagant things on the weekends.
Is that true?
Including myself.
No, sometimes.
No, yeah, sure, sometimes, but I'm talking about myself here as well. But I said, you know what? No, we're going to normalize the everyday Monday.
Because life can be ordinary.
Because
instead
why not?
of, oh, my weekend was this, that, and the other.
Exactly. It's like sometimes you need a weekend where you're just at home and you're not doing much but laundry and decorating. That's literally what I did this weekend. I did a bunch of laundry. I cleaned my house, and then I started to decorate for Christmas.
Decorating.
I did.
Oh.
Are you guys like early Christmas decorators or
We'd
no?
like to be, but it's still, there's some other things going on that's preventing that. But you're not finished?
Oh, no, I'm not finished. But I did get my tree out.
Nice.
My tree, I mean, listen, I don't do a real tree. I know.
We got away from that too.
People are like, people who are real tree people are like, oh my gosh, you're a traitor.
Well, putting the real tree up is fun, and the smell.
Oh, well, of course, yeah, the smell is amazing. But no, listen, I mean, it's just me. So I'm putting up this Christmas tree, and it's like 3 parts, and then you connect it, and then it's lit, and there you go.
Did all the lights work?
Yeah, all of them worked. It's
Excellent.
a fairly new tree. I got it last year. So,
nice. So
yeah,
you're almost ready.
I'm almost there. There's a couple things that I want to get. So, yes, let's normalize
the
everyday Monday.
Like Ashley said off camera, right when we sat down, how was your weekend? I said, what do you want me to talk about? That I went to fill up my tires and waited in long lines, and then neither of the pumps worked? It was disappointing.
Oh, no.
But that was after I took my son out for a delicious New Jersey breakfast, a pork roll. That was good. It was a nice way to start the day. Spent some good time with him.
Pork roll.
My daughter had a wonderful volleyball game. She played well. So these are the kind of things.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, we got to go back to the pork roll. That's a New Jersey thing?
I've tried to talk to you about this before.
I know, but can you explain again?
They're in New Jersey.
Is a pork roll?
It looks like Canadian bacon, but it is far from that. It is called Taylor ham by some, pork roll by others. It's a breakfast meat, you could say. Very popular in New Jersey and New York City.
It's great.
It's delicious stuff. And I think one of our little chat times, I need to bring some in for you to try. Now,
oh my gosh, absolutely.
Okay.
No,
I don't know
for
where
real.
I don't know where I'm going to prepare it.
Or we could do like bagels too. You like bagels?
It was on a bagel. It was on an egg bagel.
Oh my gosh,
I know the
love a good
control
bagel.
room is just rolling their eyes at this discussion, but this is the ordinary
Dave
things.
is laughing behind the camera.
If you've never had it, I should bring some in.
Oh, please,
But
please.
gosh,
you know I love to eat and love food, so
Want me to heat it up in the microwave on the 3rd floor? I don't think so.
Either way, it'll be good TV. You guys will experience pork rolls.
TV, I know they're rushing us through. I can't blame them. But later in the show, we have a really interesting feature. Did you ever eat at McDonald's, or do you still eat at McDonald's? You get fries and a Coke probably on a hot day.
You're good. Yes, I love a French fry. I love a crisp Diet Coke on a hot day. But listen, I'm not too good for McDonald's. If I'm in a pinch, I will get some Mickey D's.
Yes, it's some good. Those fries are good. Well, we have an interview coming up with a guy who revolutionized fast food, especially with McDonald's. It's really fascinating. That's later in the show.
It is going to be a
little more
story.
Serious stuff coming up before then.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks, guys, for joining our morning chat. For those who lived in Kibbutz Nirim, it was 95% heaven. The residents spent decades building a thriving community in the Negev desert. But then came the terror attacks on October 7th, 2023. And believing the desert will bloom again, many who fled are coming back home. Roberto Torres Cedillo spoke with Adele Raymer on the joy and healing in returning to the kibbutz.
My 3 grandchildren were on that bed, and he told them, hide under the blanket. You're going to hear a loud noise. Don't come out from under the blanket no matter what happens. He raised his gun and waited until he saw the handle of the safe door moving, and he kicked open the door to the safe room and shot the terrorist who was right there.
I'm optimistic. I have to be. You have to be optimistic in order to live where I do. I believe that we will be able to go back. I intend to go back. Most of my community say that they do plan to go back, and we have to rebuild. Because if you give up on Nirim, if you give up on our region, you can give up on Israel.
Wow. I remember being right there in the live audience, hearing Adele speak at Regent University over a year ago. And now, I don't think it's a coincidence. I find it providential that I'm here in Israel, and I'm getting ready to experience the joy and also just the bittersweet emotion of what Adele was hoping for, working for, which is to see her community back in Kibbutz Nirim. And today I'm driving to the south of Israel with the CBN Israel media team, and we're going to celebrate. We're going to be with the community as they come back and as they have rebuilt, because we believe with Adele that we're not giving up on Israel. We will see the desert bloom once again. Kibbutz Nirim is right at the border with Gaza. Many of the community members that were displaced, living as refugees in their own land, are coming back to live in Nirim. And that's the celebration. So today we're going to be experiencing, through their eyes, two big events that are life-changing and that are historic here in Israel. It's beautiful here.
95% heaven.
What about now? How do you process it now? And it's a complex.
Very tentatively. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
On October 7, 2023, Hamas terrorists invaded her kibbutz, destroyed homes, murdered 5 members of the community, and took 5 hostages. 2 were killed in Gaza, Yagev and Adab.
Everything looks the same, but nothing is the same. It's very confusing at times. Hannah, who lives over there, and her son Nadav was murdered. He'll never come back. And Hannah will never come back either, although thank God she's alive, but she's not going to come back and live here.
I wasn't sure what to expect when arriving at Kibbutz Nirim. The gravity of the horrors that took place on October 7 is now contrasted by the sounds of children laughing, meals being prepped, families playing on their porch, birds chirping, but most of all, the sound of hope. It's difficult to describe it, but Adele calls it 95% heaven.
People believe in this place, and people are willing to say, this is it. I'm here. I'm not going anyplace. I'm here for the long run. This community, I've been here since 1975. It's the only home I've known as an adult. It's a whole process of closing circles, coming back, changing my windows, doing the renovations on my house. It's closing circles, recapturing, reconquering this place, which on October 7th in the morning was totally conquered by terrorists.
You have friends maybe outside of Israel that say you could choose to go somewhere else. What is it that drives you that you would say, this is why I'm here?
There's a few families I can count on one hand that have said, that's it, we're leaving. About 80% of the community have come back.
That's incredible. I was not expecting to hear that, 80%.
And the rest, like I said, people need their time.
Yeah.
We have to see what's going on on the other side. Yeah. Today it's quiet. 4 days ago, we had an incoming rocket alert. There was active war going on the other side, and there were nights where I would be in bed and my walls would shake from the explosions. So people are waiting to see what's going on, what it's going to develop like into, and will they feel secure enough and safe enough to live here again, to sleep here again. Time will tell, but I'm very optimistic. Yeah. And there are new people that are waiting to move in, couples that live elsewhere in the country and see what happened here, and that there are families that have moved out, and they're saying, now it's our turn to hold the line, to make the desert bloom.
I'm just thankful to be able to see your house and the full circle. Talking about circles, for me, one circle was hearing your story, feeling that weight, feeling kind of helpless in the audience. What's going to happen to her? And then over a year later, we're sitting here and we're celebrating homecoming. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for being such loyal friends at CBN.
Yeah.
The residents of Kibbutz Nirim have returned to rebuild and continue their long journey of healing. But I wanted to know why. Why would people choose to come back to the place where so much was stolen from them? I couldn't help but think, would I come back to live here? Would you risk coming back to live here?
I'm curious to get your thoughts. What's your hope for the future? Like, for healing, restoration, what goes through your mind? What's your hope for the future here?
Yeah, in political terms, we hope for another government in Gaza, and then we can start to see another reality of another relationships between Nirim and Khan Yunis, between Israel and Gaza. We hope that the community will come back in the broader sense, not only in Nirim, Faraza, Kisufim, Be'eri, and others. And we want this place to flourish because we really love this area.
This day was a homecoming celebration for the people of Nirim, but it was not without sorrow and an aching hope for better days ahead. This return home is in part possible thanks to friends and donors of CBN Israel, who generously supported the rebuilding of the community's dining hall and convenience store, the heartbeat of fellowship on the kibbutz. Not everyone is coming back to live at Kibbutz Nirim. For some, the wounds of that dark day are unbearable.
I wish that every year this is the same noises that we will hear here throughout every single day of our lives from now on and forever. We were the first family in March to come back. We just said, that's it. I want to go home. I need my house. I need to start healing where everything began. I need to start taking control back of what was taken from me.
We join you from our hearts with that same desire and that same prayer, and may the desert continue to bloom.
It will, and I also want to take this opportunity to say thank you to you, because without your help, none of this could have happened. Without you believing in us and loving us and being there and supporting us, which was phenomenal. It was amazing and astonishing. I didn't know how much love and support we have around the world. Thank you so much. I mean, we can't take it for granted.
Oh, well, it's my honor to represent the many people, the donors throughout the world, and CBN Israel.
As I look around at this incredible community, I see the living testimony of what happens when faith and love come together. It is a symbol of light in the face of darkness, of life overcoming death, and of community rising again. I bring with me the love and prayers of thousands of donors and millions of Christians around the world. Shoulder to shoulder as you rebuild and restore your future. May He bless Kibbutz Nirim, and may He bless the people of Israel. Am Israel Hayim.
Such an incredible piece. I'm so happy that Roberto got to go to Kibbutz Nirim and talk to Adele, who we actually had on our campus at Region and CBN about a year ago. That's what Roberto was watching in the piece, and she was just telling her tale of survival. And actually, when I went to Israel in October, we did visit Kibbutz Nirim, and I didn't get the chance to see or speak to Adele, but I did speak to Michal, who is actually another survivor of the attacks on October 7th. And she was talking to Roberto towards the end of that piece, and she said she was her and her family were the first family back to the kibbutz. 5 months later, I think it took that long. Yeah, so it's just, and her story of survival is absolutely incredible. I mean, all of these individuals are just so courageous and brave, and I think it's huge for them to say there has been so much tragedy here, there's been death here, but we are going to go back and we are going to live. And that's what, you know, the culture of Israel is all about, is life, you know, to life, l'chaim, you know. So it's just really beautiful to see that they're back, and what a blessing that CBN Israel was able to donate and, you know, give something back to that kibbutz. They actually built that dining hall, which I also went to and ate in. Food looked delicious. Oh my gosh, they cooked us food when we were in Israel at that kibbutz, and it was delicious. So, you know, just thank you to our CBN Israel donors. And if you aren't aware, CBN Israel is a ministry that's a part of CBN that gives back to the nation and the people of Israel, helping victims of terrorism, like you just saw, helping Holocaust survivors. And they do so many things in the nation of Israel, supporting the Jewish state and supporting the Jewish people. So if you want to be a part of it, please don't hesitate. Give us a call, 1-800-700-700. 7,000. Yeah, and say you want to be a part of what CBN Israel is doing around the world and in Israel. So call us.
All right, well, coming up next, something you probably haven't thought much about, the difference between hard lettuce, she's laughing over here, the difference between hard lettuce and soft lettuce. It clinched a deal with McDonald's that catapulted Howard Long's produce business into an empire. His phenomenal success was only matched by his amazing generosity. For all that and more, he was awarded an honorary Doctor of Science from Regent University. Here's his remarkable story.
If you're over 35 and have eaten a McDonald's burger or salad in the U.S., UK, France, or China, you've most likely eaten food processed by Howard Long's companies. He still remembers the day in 1985 when he walked a group of McDonald's executives into a lettuce field, showing them the innovations and the quality he could deliver. At the time, he was just a regional supplier. Everything changed that day.
I'm showing them the difference. Hard lettuce, and ours is soft in the middle, so you don't have that hard, bitter flavor. And they told me, well, Howard, can you do the whole country? I says, yeah, I can do the whole country. And just like that, 4,000 stores and 12,000 stores for the whole country in head lettuce. Now I'm the lettuce man.
That deal made Howard's company the powerhouse in international lettuce processing. When McDonald's went international, Coronet followed, supplying fresh produce to stores in the UK, France, and China.
I think they're all businesses are the same. And if you got a better product at a better price, you can probably sell it. We got over there because we had lettuce that no one over there could produce.
Once in the UK, Howard's company developed artisan salads with edible flowers that flew off the shelves at Tesco and Sainsbury's, Britain's biggest and most trusted supermarket chains.
They really were the best, and they were constantly researching different recipes. And that's where the flowers went. And we cranked out those salads.
At its peak, Howard Long's produce empire spanned the globe, with production plants on multiple continents and over 2,000 employees. And yes, he saw a lot of green, which he attributes to God.
That in Deuteronomy, God says to some, he has given the ability to create wealth. And if we drill down in that, create wealth, if we did it by who pays the most income tax, we would see that maybe 10% of the population pays 50% of the income tax. So we could say somewhere between 10 and 15% really have the gift to create wealth. Just a high school education, very early on in my 20s, I sort of felt that I was, especially when I got into business, that I was given the gift to create wealth.
In his autobiography, Fields of Green, Howard Long, now retired, shares how he went from a small-town sheet metal worker in West Virginia to a global businessman and philanthropist, while fighting to outlive a diagnosis of early death from heart disease.
25 years, I was praying for a new heart.
After surviving 3 heart attacks and 2 bypass surgeries, at 65, Howard was near death. He lay in New York's Presbyterian Hospital waiting for a donor heart when his surgeon, Dr. Mehmet Oz, walked in.
I'm shaving in the morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, and Dr. Oz comes dancing up the hallway with a big grin. He says, "We got you a heart." And I said, "Oh, you made my day."
Most heart transplant recipients live 10 to 14 years after surgery. At 91, Howard Long has been thriving for 25. His passion for wellness lives on through the Howard Long Wellness Center, founded in part with a $1 million gift back in 1992. Outside, a mosaic. Inside, a statue. Both honor the man who jogged 6 miles a day, faithfully, for decades.
But more than that, I tell you what a blessing it's been, is they've got like close to 6,000 members. And I knew it would extend life.
In Wheeling, West Virginia, a city of just 26,000, 22% of the population belongs to a state-of-the-art 65,000 square foot wellness center.
Believe it or not, you can start at any time, and it will have benefit.
From the hills of West Virginia to boardrooms of international business, Howard Long didn't just build a business, he built a legacy. A legacy marked by resilience, generosity, and global impact. Howard believes that creating wealth comes with responsibilities.
What that means is if you're given that gift, then you should give them maybe 50% or 60% of what you're making and keep them maybe 20 or 30%, because the wealth is given you for the whole body. Find the ministries that are pushing 2 or 3 things: salvation, building for the harvest, feeding the poor. And that's one of God's commandments, is to feed the poor. When you're given the CBN and Operation Blessing is doing the same thing.
For over 50 years, Howard and his wife Wendy have faithfully supported CBN and Operation Blessing, helping bring hope and relief to people in need.
I stumbled across the 700 Club, and Pat was doing a wonderful job of presenting the gospel. And so the more I watched Pat, the more it became important to me that he got the financial help.
Including the construction of Regent University.
There was no building there. There's about 400 or 500 of us standing outside the lot, and he's preaching about God had given him a vision to build a school. And the Holy Spirit told me to give him money. I think I wrote the largest check I'd ever written. I would confess, and that you would be doing the right thing by giving money to Regent today.
Howard's story isn't just about success, it's about surrender. It's the lesson he hopes every entrepreneur takes to heart. Through every risk, every pivot, every breakthrough, and every generous gift, one truth carried him forward. A life led by Christ builds a legacy far greater than any empire.
I get letters and I get requests and phone calls wanting me to give them some profound word that's going to let them go out and make $1 million. I'm telling you a profound word. To make $1 million, seek first the kingdom of God and all its righteousness. That's my advice.
Well, clearly Howard is a dear friend of CBN and Regent University right here in the campus. I had the opportunity before that segment was filmed to sit down with Howard for a while, and what an amazing heart he has. And as we talked about his remarkable career in revolutionizing McDonald's and the whole industry, he wanted to talk mostly about this wellness center he's put in West Virginia, because he's so pleased with how the community is benefiting and staying healthy. And, you know, we heard about his own health journey. Amazing. Dr. Oz got involved. And he's a dear, dear man and so generous.
Yeah, that's what I just am so in awe of, is his generosity, you know, and I think that's amazing when people gain wealth. I mean, ultimately, that is why God blesses us, right? He blesses us not so that we can hoard it for ourselves, but to give, like to give back to others. And I think that's so amazing that the thing that he was most excited to talk about is something that gives back to the community tenfold. You know, it helps people in their health journeys and goes beyond that. And so I just, wow, I'm amazed by his life, all the things that he's done, but really his heart behind it all is so pure. And you know, honestly, we need more very wealthy people who are Christians who have hearts like that, because that is truly what changes the world. Yeah.
A dear guy, and he was very clear when we were talking that God gave him wisdom for an idea professionally, but it was for the purpose of giving to others and sharing through generosity. So very inspiring.
Yeah, we need to all take heart.
We can all learn from it for sure.
Yeah, we absolutely can.
I want to leave you with this verse today from 1 Peter 4. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you next time on the program. Bye.